This is an approximation of Ali Barter's Girlie Bits. The recording of the song has a couple of guitars, but we're going to play it on a keyboard, so obviously we will be making some changes along the way. And just quickly, the song is in the key of E, so E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, and E. They're the notes that we'll be playing today. So here's the chords for the verse, and these are the main chords we'll play throughout the song. Just there'll be different progressions for the different sections. So E, B, C sharp minor, and A. And for the verse, we'll play the chords as fifths. So for example, the E, which is E major, if you're not aware, if it doesn't have the little M next to the letter, it's A major. So E major, which is E, G sharp, and B, which is the first, third, and fifth finger. So we're not going to play the third finger, so we'll just play the E and the B. And in this case, we're actually going to do an inversion of this chord. So we're moving the B from up here to down here. And we'll play this as quarter notes. I would have liked to have done the actual sort of rhythm that is played in the song, but it kind of sounded a bit messy when I was playing it. So we'll just do quarter notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we've got the B. So the B chord is B, D sharp, and F sharp. Again, we're just dropping that third finger to just play B and F sharp. And we'll keep this one in the root position because we're going to go from that E chord up to the B, and all we need to do is move the pinky finger from that E up to the F sharp. The next chord is the C sharp minor, and again, so C sharp, E, and G sharp would be the chord in root position. And we're just going to remove the third finger, so we've got the C sharp, G sharp, and again we're just going to do an inversion as well. So we're going to remove that G sharp from up here and play it down here. And finally we've got the A chord, so we've got A, C sharp, E. We're not going to play that third finger, so we've got A and E, and we'll keep that in the root position. So altogether that is and so the A is in the root position because it's easy to go from the C sharp down to the A like that. Let's add in the left hand before we go too much further. So we're going to play just the bass note of each chord. So the first chord being E, and we're just going to hold it down while we do the quarter notes in the right hand. So. And then we've got the B, so we can play that with our fourth finger here. Then the C sharp, we probably should go up with the middle finger to the C sharp. And then down to the A, we've got the pinky already sitting there ready to go. So just all together, that is So you could just play that chord progression 4 times through, and that is perfectly fine for the verse. And when Ali plays the song solo, that's kind of similar to what she does. But in the recording, and if she's playing in a band, there's a second guitar line which kicks in between the vocals. And it's based on the same chords, but it's just broken down to the notes that you see on the screen. And it sounds something like this. And we'll keep playing the bass notes in the left hand as well. So just going through that again. So we've got for the E chord, we've got the E 3 times, a bit faster, and then the D sharp and the C sharp. So, and then we go to the B chord. Again, it's the 3 fast Bs, and then the C sharp D sharp. Same thing for the C sharp. And then the A, we're actually going to go sort of down this way with the A. So this gets played again at the end of the verse, which is exactly the same except for the A line. So instead of playing, we're actually going to go back to the chord, so the fifth, and we'll keep the same thing happening in the left hand with the A, and we're just going to play that chord in the right hand 7 times. And then we move on to the pre-chorus. So let's just play the verse all the way through. So here's the chords for the pre-chorus. We've just got B, which we play twice, the C sharp minor, and then the A. We'll be doing something sort of the same as the verse. We're still going to do the quarter notes, but the chords themselves will be playing as the full triads rather than the fifths. So for example, the B is B, D sharp, and F sharp. The C sharp minor is C sharp, E, and G sharp, and the A is A, C sharp, E. So they're just in the root position. We're not doing any inversions with those. So the trick here is that we've got the B chord twice. So like I say, we're going to do the quarter notes again, but we'll actually play that chord 8 times before we move on to the C sharp minor and the A. So that sounds something like this. And we actually play that through a second time as well. And just at the end, we're actually going to play the A chord one more time and just hold it. And then that leads us into the second verse. So verse 2 is pretty similar to verse 1. Basically, we're just going to play it a bit heavier. So for the chords, we just literally play them a bit louder. The second guitar line, if you want to do this, this is completely optional. So instead of playing the individual notes, we're actually going to play 2 notes at a time. Optional because it's a little bit more complicated, and we're only going to play it twice, I guess, for this verse in the song. It's also my interpretation of the guitar tab that some wonderful person has put on Ultimate Guitar, and I don't know how to play guitar, so I could have just converted these tabs incorrectly, but I think it sounds okay. There's like a B flat in there, which isn't in the key of E, but that's okay. So if you want to play this optional second guitar line for the second verse, here's how we're going to do it. So for basically the E chord, we're playing B and E, and it's the same rhythm, so 3 of those. And then we're playing the B flat with the D sharp and the G sharp with the C sharp. And I missed a little plus there, but you'll figure that out. So that's... And then we've got the B chord, which is... we're actually going down here, so F sharp and B 3 times. And it's kind of more a pattern than anything else, so we're just stepping down. So we've got the G sharp and the C sharp, and then that B flat with the D sharp. So that's... And then we've got the C sharp minor chord, so we're doing, again, kind of like that inversion, we're doing with the chords, and then stepping down to B flat with the D sharp, and then the B with the E. So, and then the A is a bit different, so we will start with that fifth to start with, and then we're sort of holding that space, I guess. So we're stepping up to the G sharp with the D sharp, and then the F sharp with the C sharp. And again, we're still doing the bass notes in the left hand. So altogether that is and then the second time that we play that guitar line, we're doing the same thing with the A's. So altogether that is the chorus is pretty simple, just two chords, but there is a new one, which is F sharp minor. So that is F sharp, A, and C sharp. And then from there we go down to an A, which we'll do as an inversion, and the reason for that is we will only have to move our thumb. So we've got the F sharp minor, and then we move our thumb down to the E. So that's E, A, and C sharp. That's our A chord. So in the left hand we'll play the bass notes, so we've got the F sharp and the A, and we'll actually pulse those on the quarter notes. And in the right hand we're just holding the chords, so at the end of that chorus we'll just pulse the A 4 more times before moving on. Okay, it's time for the bridge. I'm not super confident with this part, so we'll just keep it simple and get through it really quickly. These are the chords, B, C sharp minor, A, and E. We'll do them as fifths, just like we did for the verse. And we're just playing each chord, except for the A, each chord once. So we've got the B, same as before, B and the F sharp. The C sharp minor will play in the root position, so C sharp and G sharp. And A in the root position as well. We play that twice. And then E, which will play in the inversion that we use in the verse. And that repeats 3 times through, and at the end we just hold the B. So for the final verse, we're just going to start making stuff up. There's a guitar line that's sort of something like this in the background. I'm not going to play that. We just want to simplify the whole thing because it's a really soft part of the song. So in the left hand we'll still do the same bass notes, and in the right hand, instead of doing quarter notes, we'll just hold the chord for one note. So and for that second guitar line, instead of doing so in the chord of E, instead of doing the three E's, instead of doing the 3 E's, we'll just simplify that as well. So we'll just play the E once, and then for the B chord So altogether that would sound something like this. So here's the final pre-chorus of the song. It starts the same as the other pre-chorus. And then at this point, instead of continuing with the B, we've got a new chord, which is G sharp minor, which is G sharp, B, and D sharp. And we'll play that in the root position. And after the G sharp, we continue with the C sharp minor and the A, but we will play the C sharp minor in inversion because it's easier to move to that from this G sharp minor chord. So that transition will be as the G sharp minor, and we're going to move our middle finger onto the C sharp and our little finger from the D sharp onto the E. The second line is so at the end of the song we have the chorus played through once more, which is exactly the same as how we played it the first time, and then we move into the outro, which it starts the same as the chorus. So you've got the F sharp minor and the A, and then we've got two different chords, which are the E and the B. And to keep this simple, we'll just play this 6 times through to the end of the song. So this just follows on from the end of the chorus. So and then we've got the F sharp minor again, A, then we're playing E, so we can do that by moving our middle finger from the A to the G sharp and our little finger from the C sharp to the B and E in the left hand. So, and then we finish with a B, so we can do the B with the thumb on the left hand, and in the right hand we'll move the thumb from the E to the D sharp, middle finger for the F sharp, we don't need the G sharp anymore, and our little finger was already on the B. Altogether that is and again that gets played 6 times through. On the last time though, we've got like the E and then the B, but we just hold the B, we don't pulse, and that's the end of the song. Thanks for watching. Hopefully that made sense and it wasn't too terrible. Here's how the whole song sounds together.